Hello and thank you for watching. I'm Ashley Van Dyke with Advantage Software, and on today's video, Universal Indicators, I'm going to show you a new feature in version 10, which allows you to monitor the status of all of your communication methods, both going into Eclipse, such as from your steno machine, or going out from Eclipse, such as your real-time outputs to bridge or closed captioning. In Eclipse version 10, there are 9 new universal indicators. These indicators appear in the top right, and I'll show them to you in just a moment. But this is the total list of indicators that you may see. The first is SRV. This will provide you the same information that you get in the info bar, the status bar, or the view connections box, with the SRV connection indication there. This simply indicates that you're connected to the Connection Magic server. This could be for any reason, whether it's for Bridge Mobile, team editing, or keyless license authorization. The next is LAN. This indicates that Connection Magic Local has been started by Eclipse version 10 automatically and is available for you and your clients to use. TCP indicates that a direct TCP IP connection is active. This is most commonly used for real-time captioning. Out means that your real-time output is enabled, and this is active for any output, whether it's for Bridge Mobile, the cart window, or closed captioning. YTB is the indicator for YouTube captioning and will indicate that your YouTube captioning connection is working. MDM stands for modem connections, which are typically used by closed captioners. USB will indicate direct USB steno machine input. So if your steno machine installs as a USB device rather than a COM port device, when your machine is connected and ready for real time, you'll see a green USB indicator. The next indicator is the COM port number indicator. And this can be used for both an input COM port number, such as from a steno machine, or an outbound COM port number, such as cabled connections to old-style bridge formats. GGL indicates that Google is connected for services like Boost. You may see any of these indicators in any combination as appropriate when you're using Eclipse. Only indicators that are appropriate for your current situation will appear, and they'll be green when the connection is active and red when the connection is inactive. I have Eclipse open, and you see that right now in the top right, I do already have one universal indicator. I have SRV indicating that I am successfully connected to the Connection Magic server. Universal indicators will only come up when they are appropriate for your use. So if I go into my user settings, to my input tab, I'm currently using a Passport Touch for real time, and it's set up on COM port number 3. So when I start real time, I should get a COM port number 3 universal indicator. In my real time tab, I currently have 3 different output formats. First, I have a closed captioning output format, and this is set to TCP IP direct, which means that I'm going to be dialing in over a TCP connection to an encoder for closed captioning. And so for this output, I should get a TCP indicator. Next, I have a Bridge Mobile server connection. I'm going to use this connection to also set up a LAN connection for my clients to use if they are local in the room with me. And so when I set up that LAN connection, I should get a LAN indicator. Last, I have a Bridge Mobile to COM port connection. If I click the Setup button to check the COM port settings, I see that I'm on COM 6 here. However, if I check my device manager, I can expand the port section, and you see that I don't actually have a COM port number 6. I've included this output with an invalid port number so that you can see what a non-connected universal indicator will look like. So I'm going to leave this set up with an incorrect port number, and I'll press OK out of my user settings. And so in total, I should have my SRV universal indicator that will remain. I'll have a total of 3 output indicators due to my outputs that I have set up. Plus, I'll have the general output indicator indicating that my real-time output is enabled. And then last, I should have my input indicator for my writer on COM port number 3. So I'm going to start real time. I've input my password, and I'm going to go ahead and host the LAN connection, which should start Connection Magic Local for my clients. I'll press OK. My real-time file has connected, and you see I have my list of indicators in the top right, and I've gotten my warning message that COM port 6 does not exist. And I'm going to go ahead and just press OK to that because I do know that that's the case. And this is more of an informative message. It's not going to prevent me from writing real time or prevent the rest of my outputs from working. So now I'm in a real time file. And if I write some steno, you see that it does come up in my closed caption preview window. And you see that all of my universal indicators in the top are indicating that my outputs are all working. So I should be able to find my job on Bridge Mobile, for instance. And Eclipse did show that my job is in room 7. And so I can hit connect and go to room 7. And I see my job here. I can input my password and hit the green check mark to connect to my file. And again, since I did start the LAN output as well, I can also connect via the IP address provided by Eclipse, which is going to be 192.168.0.108. And you're going to want to add /bridge. And Bridge Mobile came right up, and I can hit connect and connect to the same file. And one connection is on the local connection, and the other connection is on the internet. Since all of my outputs are turned on, my real-time output indicator is green. However, if I go to Tools, Edit Toggles, and turn real-time output off, you see that my real-time output has turned off. However, all of my connections are still green and active, except for COM6, which we know doesn't actually exist. And I can go right back to Tools, Edit Toggles, turn real-time output back on, and my real-time output has turned back on, and I can continue to close caption or continue to write into Bridge Mobile, either on the local connection or the internet connection. And since my closed caption output is to the TCP/IP encoder at the office, I can connect to that encoder and make sure that my real-time output is working. And so all of my outputs are working, and all of my indicators correctly represent the current state of my system. If, for instance, I disconnect from my internet, you see that my SRV connection immediately turns off, as well as my TCP connection, because it's dependent on the internet as well. And so I immediately know that my Bridge Mobile recipients, as well as my closed caption recipients, have stopped receiving the feed. And so these universal indicators allow you to have instant knowledge if there's been a connection problem. If a cable comes unplugged, you'll know that as well. If I unplug my steno machine, as soon as I disconnected my steno machine, my COM3 indicator went red as well. If I plug my steno machine back in, that indicator turns green again. With these universal indicators, you'll always be able to tell at a glance exactly what the status of all of your connections are. If you're not getting any steno in your real-time file, you'll know to check for your input universal indicator, just like you would check the waveform display if you weren't getting any audio recording. If you output to multiple different formats at once, this may be invaluable to you, as you'll be able to see all of your different outputs, as well as your real-time output status, all at a glance right at the top right of Eclipse. These indicators give you a simple and clear on or off message as to whether the different communication connections are active. No matter what you're doing, you'll be able to tell what's going on quickly and easily with all of your outputs as well as your input connection. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope that you'll find the universal indicators that we have added into version 10 useful. They should be a quick and simple way to know what's happening with all of your connections for all of your clients as well as yourself. As a reminder, Advantage Software offers anytime support 24/7. Tech support can be reached with any question, anytime, including weekends and holidays at 772-288-3266. Email support is also available at support@eclipsecat.com. Thank you so much for watching this video. Please hit the thumbs up button and subscribe to our channel so that you'll be notified when we publish new content every Tuesday and Thursday. Thank you so much and have a great day.